Okie dokie. The stream is now going and the audio should be working. Hello, everyone. Hi, Sasami-chan. Thank you for the wonderful intro as always. I have a guest with me today. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi. Sorry. Wrong podcast. Hello, I'm Ember. Yes, I'm actually here for once. I'm not sure how much I'll hang out because I don't know all this magic sciencey stuff.
Magic-y, science-y stuff. Yes, I clicky on the computer with the glowy thingy.
Yeah, my drawing skill is pen and paper and MS Paint.
Uh, so yeah, she'll be in and out. She's around. uh,
Glad you got a microwave, Sasami-chan. It's very important to be able to reheat leftovers and boil water for tea.
yeah. Yes, microwaves are very nice for boiling water for tea. And don't be surprised if we talk about random stuff. Ember.
Yeah, I've gathered, based on watching Mrs. K's Twitch feeds with you, that um, what's going on in screen and what's going on in chat have nothing in common.
And now we'll turn Ember into a nice fluffy white rabbit.
With your magic sciencey stuff.
Probably completely by accident. I swear I was going for a ferret.
I already have the ability to get into small places. I don't think I need to be made into a ferret to improve that skill.
Nope. Okay, now on to modeling. And
But I didn't dress for that.
And don't mind me because I have forgotten some of my key mappings here. Let's see. D.
Don't mind you. Aren't you the host?
Okay, yeah, I have the ones I need now. But I'll keep that around for reference. Okay, so we need to work on mapping this to an appropriate spot. Okay. Yep. Okay. Oh, yeah, the faces aren't selected. I believe it's that button. Yep.
And what do you mean by mapping to an appropriate spot?
See these points here?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be mapping those so they line up with the appropriate parts of the texture where I want the coloring of this texture to be.
Ah.
So I will be doing that. So I need to make it so this is proportional instead of just a regular box layout, because this object isn't square, it's a rectangle. I'm going to be proportionally mapping that to here like I've done. Oops, that's grab. With this object. See how I've proportionally mapped it to this area.
Mm.
So I'm going to do the same thing except for this object. So it's going to have its own little area down here. Okay. How do I want to do? What's going to be the easiest way to do that? Oop. Okay. I believe that's T. Yep. More text from Society Jam.
Mm-hmm.
I used to have that ability. I always won games of hide and seek as long as there was no run to base or get tagged rule. I think I read that right. Did I read that right?
Yeah. Yeah, so he had the hide and get into small spaces ability, which made him a hide and seek champion as long as it was the correct rule set.
Ah.
Yeah, any of the hide and seeks that required me to outrun my opponents, I usually lost because short legs.
Hmm. Oh, and I just thought of something I'm going to add real quick here. Mm-hmm. I know there's a button to duplicate this. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I guess it's just copy and paste. Actually, that was not the correct paste.
And no, Sasami-chan, I double-checked the screen printing on my shirt. I'm not wearing green. I'll just have to punch anyone who tries to pinch me.
Hmm. There we go. And now here. And there we go. There. Since we're both here today, we are both here today. Also, yikes.
Well, he's reacting to how I said I would punch anyone who tried to pinch me, because I do not appreciate unsolicited or unwanted touching. And I think wearing green or not wearing green is a stupid reason to violate my personal space.
Surprisingly, I am actually wearing green. Also in my hair.
Yeah.
So it's kind of the thing.
Yeah, you have it in your highlights. I maybe need to go get my chakra bracelet because it at least has green beads on it.
Okay. I need to move some stuff here, so let's go to here. Actually, do that. And do this. And brain. Mm-hmm. That. Go to front. Yeah. There. Yep, there's the right spot. Okay, that gives me my coordinates. Like so. Okay, so now I can go back into that mode because that will give me. Excuse me. Need to clean up some stuff here. It's kind of funny how sometimes these panels say 0, but they are actually not 0. They are some wonky, we think you're about here. So we have to go in and clean them up a little bit, so in the future they will not be a problem. Okay. Because I'm pretty sure if I did something somewhere, it would. So you go, oh, that's not actually at 0. That's at this number, which isn't actually 0. Okay, so I believe. Yep, all the points are now set correctly. So I can use these coordinates to get the proportions I need for over here. And I can turn on this button so I can always see the points. Okay. Scratch, itch, scratch. Highlight this. Grab this, move it down here. Zoom in. Grab. Zoom in some more. Grab. There we go. Okay. Okay. So this, I believe, is the back wall. Yep. Let me turn this into face select mode. And select the back wall. Yep, that is the back wall. Bottom? Yep. Front. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to highlight these points over here. And why is that -8?
Oh, the y is -0.8 and the x is
Oh,
0.2.
I know why it's -8. I forgot to do that. Okay. Do this. Because this point is all wrong because the z-axis isn't pointing towards the z-axis. Okay, so I believe, nope, that's scale. There's rotate. Okay.
This is so different from watching you sketch. It's more like watching you do the color fill work on a piece.
Thanks for the compliment. I got distracted because I was like glancing over at the chat and reading what Sasami-chan was saying.
We are way behind Sasami-chan. We just started season 2 literally last night. We are very, very sorry and disappointed. We're also very sorry that it was so late and we couldn't just binge another 5 or 6 episodes.
Because that show is so good. Okay, I'm pretty sure that's now matching the axes correctly. Yeah, axes. I used the right plural for that type of thing. Yay! I can English. Kind of. Partially of the time. See? There goes English again. Okay, let's click on this. I said this object bit. I want the tabletop. Can I get the table? Thank you. Because the tabletop has the correct axis layout. Axes layout. So that's what that's supposed to look like. And yeah, that's right? Yeah, that matches. Okay. Now the coordinates should look a little bit better. Though I have to do that whole, hey, that's supposed to be 0, Blender.
Do you need to change the X? Oh, funny, you clicked in it. See, there it says 0.2.
Yeah, 0.2 is okay. That's where it should be. Thank you for double checking. It's when you see a 0 with a minus next to it that really tells me that it's look at how scrambled that is. I have no idea why Blender goes, this is where we think it is. I'm like, that's a really weird number, Blender. I don't know why you think the axis is there. Thank you for
that input, but I'm just gonna toss that. Kind of like when you're doing an eBay listing and it goes, we found this HTML problem that we didn't put there.
Yeah, like eBay, when you're putting a thing on eBay and you use one of those templates, or you base your template on one of their templates, and you start it and they go, hey, we noticed you put it in this thing we don't allow anymore because it's not mobile compatible. And I'm like, I didn't, you guys did. Okay, that's all set. Let's go to that one. Go back. Let's double check these zeros. Okay, those are good. Rotate. Also, if you see a 0 pop out further than the rest of the numbers, that also tells you that something's going weird with that 0. See how that one's sticking out further than the rest of these?
Mm-hmm.
Because even though when you click on it, it says 00, it shouldn't
count out to that many places.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Okay, all those are back to where they should be. Now all the numbers should look right. Okay, so that is 0.8, which I believe I scaled to 800. Not 800, 80, I think. I'm going to have to do a quick check here. Not grab. Pop over to this one. I don't need the origins anymore. Do that. And actually that's 150. So that's 0.8. Oh, that's because I scaled that down to match, so it would actually be 8. Okay. Over here, turn that back on. Does this get me? That was the wrong axes, apparently.
Yeah, that looks more like one of those folding puzzles I used to play with as a kid that I think I very thoroughly broke.
Okay. So that is that axis. Do a little dance. Okay. So it must be this one. So let's put this at 800 here. Okay. And grab that. And that is yeah. So 3.2. So I'm going to say that this is 3, 2, 0, 0. Oops.
I was saying, didn't you mean 3? You said 3.2 earlier.
Well, I'm translating it over, so the decimal point actually moves 3 places over to the right when I do the conversion. But what the oops was is, that's another oops, is I also meant to select that one. So that whole thing moves over by that amount. Though that won't work because that won't be an accurate number at the point. Okay, so what I'm going to do is grab this and just grab this and pull this way over here after I do a little locking. Then I can highlight this and go here and go 3, 2, 0, 0. And now that's proportionally matching the face. Okay. Now, 0.2. Okay. So minus 200. Yep. And this will be, okay, that is 800, so 800 plus 200 is 1,000. There we go. And 800 plus 800 is 16, right?
Yeah, 8 plus 8 is 16.
Okay. Now we need to work on these. Ow. Brain hurts. I think I know what it is now, but my brain just went, ow. Okay.
That's good. Stretch those brain cells. I thought you were going ow from all the lovely maintenance noises outside.
Yeah. Leaf blowers, am I right?
Yeah, usually not here to experience that.
Okay, so...
But my HR was even like, Ember, are you going to take some time off soon? You're about to the point where you're not going to be able to accrue anymore. And because of the screwy thing that they did with the payroll software, I actually couldn't input the time off my manager had already agreed to. So HR had no clue that I was already taking care of it. It was very nice that they took the time to warn me that you might want to take care of this because otherwise you're going to lose out.
Okay. There we go. Okay, that's all proportionally laid out. Okie dokie. Now I just need to do a little, let's see. No, I want to select that. Select, no.
The other thing.
Okay. Okie dokie. So we need to do this so I can then select all of that. Okay.
Yes, Sasami-chan, I know you guys have talked about it before, but I haven't gotten to experience it yet. Just like I haven't been here for a stream.
Okay, so actually I'm going to select all of that. Zoom in a little bit here. And highlight that. Okay. Let's try. Yeah, I'm accidentally selecting the bottom corner of that one when I actually want that. Move this over. And yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna grab this and oops. Still getting used to my new toy here. Muscle memory will build up over time.
In the meantime, it's a very pretty rainbow color.
Yeah. Okay, that's based on the 3D cursor. Let's do bounding box. Okay. Actually, I'm going to grab this and move this out of here. Then click on that, and then thinking in my head. Trying to remember which key I have that assigned. Let's see.
I'm trying to figure out why you spent all the time trying to get those aligned and then just pulled it and moved it off to the side.
Because I realized what I was going to do next would make it really hard to reselect it. So by keeping it separate, it makes it so I can reselect it and then move it back to where I want it to after I do something I want to do. Let's see. Okay, so that's not the button I'm looking for. I never followed the CW's Batwoman, but now they changed the actress who plays her. I'm even less interested. Have not been drawn into the new Superman series either. I've heard good things about the new Superman series, though. Um, like they actually nailed Superman as what he usually is. A good person just trying to do good who happens to be really powerful. That's what I was looking for.
I think it's hard to work with Superman as a character because he's so ridiculously OP. You know, they've kept leveling up his power ability across the generations because the old versions leap tall buildings in a single bound, not fly. This is why One Punch Man is so interesting. He's like as strong as Superman, probably, but he's still a real person.
Mm-hmm. I'm late for the sale.
Also, changing actors in any series outside of a soap opera is always challenging. In a soap opera, it's really easy. They just come on with a voiceover and say, the role of Helena Cassadine is now being played by, and the entire audience just accepts it.
Yeah. This is a little more than that because I think they also changed the storyline so it's actually a different person in the universe too.
Oh, so they also transferred the power to somebody else. So it's actually a story reason that it's a different actress?
Yeah.
Oh, that is a different kettle of fish.
Quite. Okay, that's interesting. I guess I didn't get the distance measurement right because all these dots should match up. Like this line should match up over here. The new series focuses on his home life, and it's on at
an odd time. So it's not my one-demand menu. So timeline issues and scheduling. Makes sense.
Okay, so I can fix this.
Yeah, we have scheduling problems too, but it's less about when stuff's on and it's more about how many hours there are in the day.
Okay, so what I'm going to do... Nice thing is I have this template below that'll make things a little bit easier to match the scaling back up. It's so weird that I got this off. That is weird. Oh well, it's an easy fix. Highlight. Zoom in a little bit. Grab. Get the right axes.
Yeah, because wasn't this what you were doing before you moved it?
Yeah, and I got the numbers wrong apparently. So I'm correcting because I have this nice template to correct too. And X. Zoom in. Boom. It's kind of funny how I only got like the width measurements wrong. Got the height right, but I got the width wrong.
Well, I know I wasn't following super closely, but I don't remember you putting in that many sets of numbers.
Okay, do that and turn that off. Do that. Grab these and move them semi-close so I can just zoom in here. Zoom in a little bit more. Add that. Highlight that and that. Zoom in here. Grab, get it close. zoom in too much too quickly. Match it up. Go over here. Highlight this. Boom. And now I can do this real quick over here and select just the one object I want to work on. Go back, so now I don't have to worry about accidentally selecting the other block.
Cool. And yeah, I like animated a lot for superhero stuff just because I think you can do more effects, but the live action is cool too. I haven't watched many live action modern superhero movies, mainly just Black Panther because it was awesome. But I like how much more effects you can fit in. It feels like it's easier to do a lot of effects in animation as opposed to live action, especially since there's only so many effects studios to handle all the work that Hollywood and other studio locations throw at them.
Yeah, they are so overworked. I mean, there's actually videos now on analyzing why, even though stuff looks a lot better now, it still actually doesn't look as good as some of the older effects, which had less tools to work with. I mean, there was a reason why in Jurassic Park it was raining when the T-Rex first appeared, because they couldn't do a realistic looking matte skin tone finish on a T-Rex. They could make him shiny though.
So they did the rain.
Okay, there we go. That's all laid out. Nice. Okay, I think the layout for all textures is now done. Okay, now move this around a little bit here. Zoom out on this one. Oh yeah, I've got these ones. Nice thing is this one can match this one, and this one can match the front.
As I say, they're not all different texture mapping. I could see where they're different shading because of light effects, but the whole table is still made out of wood.
Mm-hmm. And because these aren't really seen, even when you're going to be, even if you end up exploring this in 3D in like another program in the future, it's okay that I use the same texture here and here, because they're pretty much going to be the same piece of wood, and you probably won't even be able to see these edges because they'll be against the wall. I mean, you can try and you'll probably end up going there, but... So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to click on this one, and this one, and do that, and this. Okay, what are we at? We're at 11:33. Okay. And do. Okay, I can just go like this and this. Here, 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 and here. Wrong button. Put that there. Zoom in. Zoom in. Enhance. Line up.
It's funny. For a second, it was starting to remind me of a bit of stained glass my mom used to have in her window.
Oh, that's cool.
As it was just small square and rectangular patterns, squares of different colors. The glass itself wasn't patterned.
Having one piece already laid out makes things so much easier.
Because then you can use that as a base to map the other pieces, right?
Yep.
So that's what all this clicky is.
Yep. And right now I'm just getting these relatively close to the positions I want them in. Because this will just make things a lot quicker when I go back in to precisely move them. Do that.
No, Kitty, I'm not going to my workspace. I'm just grabbing my computer glasses.
Staring at a screen for too long without glasses can hurt one's eyes. And then there's me, who has never... Well, I do have computer glasses, but I'm not wearing them right now because color's kind of important, and that's the one problem with using computer glasses and being an artist. It kind of mess up your color perception.
Yeah, but if you have your colors like all pre-picked, you know, like you have your palette picked out first, then I would think you'd only need to pull the glasses off occasionally to double check the color. Because, you know, the ones you have more of a yellow tint, but ones like these ones that have the filtering, these don't have nearly as much color distortion as the yellow ones. I wasn't sure how much I was going to hang out because, like, I kind of want to work on my art project, but how often do I get to be around for this? Almost never.
Thank you for staying around. Okay, got that. Yeah, that one. Thank you. Thank you. Ranking Marvel, I like the movies, then the animated, then the TV. Okay, that's the ranking order.
Yeah. Yeah, that was all the stuff I was saying earlier about animated versus live action and what I've seen.
Yeah, I think I've actually seen all the live action Marvel movies, and I haven't really seen many of the, excuse me, animated Marvel stuff, except for more of the classic stuff, like, excuse me, the X-Men animated series and the Spider-Man animated series. I didn't really watch many of the other Spider-Man animated series, and I watched a little bit of the Iron Man animated series way back when. That was a while ago. Okay. That's done. So I can do this and select this one. Yeah. Accidental right click. No, I want that. Come on. Hello. I am trying to...
Rotate it a little more first.
That is...
There you go.
That was weird. Like, this object is not there. Object not found.
Like, I literally see it right there.
Okay. I think I have to... have to do something a little different with this one because of how I have it laid out for the first piece. Because I have the back on top of the top. Okay. Do this. Click on the back, which to it is the front. I can understand that because technically this is facing towards the front area.
Yeah. So rotationally, it's technically the front from a stylistic standpoint, though from a three-dimensional in the real world, we would call that the back.
Mm-hmm.
Because in a 360 view, there is more than one front.
Yeah. So I'm gonna move that out of there. And find the actual front, and I'll just move it to here. Okay. Everything else should be relatively the same. So I'm gonna put that one actually over here. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Bottom. Let's select the bottom and just move it over here. Okay. Front. Side. Put it way over here. This side. That over here. Okay. There we go. There's a good place to start. Because I know this is the front. So I can grab this and move it to the approximate areas. Then go in and do the fine tuning here. Yeah. Because how the line was doing was tricking my eyes into going, is it aligned correctly? Yeah, we're going back to DuckTales. We are slowly working our way back into that because we really missed the series, but things have just not been in a good place for us to actually sit down and enjoy content and record it. And we finally caught up on some other stuff, so like, oh hey, what do we want to watch? Hey, we have time to do this. Let's watch it. Okay.
Well, as always, it's a matter of making time because there are lots of other things we could be doing. Because the to-do list never ever runs out of both online and practical and actual work, job stuff.
Mm-hmm. Also, like, also going back to the quality of DuckTales, like, it is that series is really good. It makes me wonder what happened for Disney to go, we're gonna cancel it. Like, how did the ratings drop on this show? I'm guessing it's because there's a lot of competition. Because there's a lot of good stuff coming out right now, from what I understand. Considering I haven't watched a lot of it. So there's a heavy amount of competition.
Well, Disney also has this mentality where they don't want to run their core properties into the ground. So they don't want things to go on too long because they don't want it to actually die.
Mm-hmm.
They always want the fans to still like it.
Okay. Put that there. Hit that button.
Because they still have that limited access vault mentality too, where, things just disappear.
Mm-hmm. Except now it's like you can only see this on our streaming service. Because that seems to be the thing. We've taken this out of public domain, but if you still want to watch it, you can pay us a monthly fee.
Mm-hmm.
Which is really bugging me that a lot of things are going to monthly fees because you can't sustain things on a monthly fee, especially when everyone's charging a monthly fee. No one has that much output to put that much into a bunch of different streaming services.
No, that's how the streaming all started, is the fees for cable bills kept being higher and higher and all the add-ons for premium channels. And now it's getting very similar with streaming services because you can't really bundle them because they're all from different properties. If there's something you want to watch on service A and something else you want to watch on service B, you have to have 2 subscriptions.
Mm-hmm.
And when you start tallying up all the subscriptions, you could get back to higher than your cable bill.
Yeah, it's really kind of funny. I think the cable and I think the media companies were seeing what was happening when Netflix started doing its thing and realized, oh, they're making a lot of money and piracy is going down. Cool. If we do that too, we can make money and we don't have to worry about piracy anymore. Oops. You do you want to know the reason why piracy was going down? Because you could get everything in one place for a small fee. That's the reason piracy went down during the heyday of Netflix. Now piracy is going back up because people can't get all their content in one spot for in one spot easily for a reasonable price.
So unfortunately, we're getting back into the section where it's easier to steal the content than it is to pay for it.
Mm-hmm. And now that everything's digital, it's even easier to grab the content. Than it was before. So once again, the big corporations are shooting themselves in the foot because they didn't understand what they were doing.
Not to say we'd be any better at it, we just have a different perspective.
Hmm. There we go, and I just have one more. And then I will actually be completely done with the texture layout, and I can actually work on the details of the actual texture itself.
Not that I haven't seen you do this type of work before, but it just makes Asami-chan's fan art make so much more sense.
Ah, yes. I've spent 14 hours just drawing the box. Okay. There we go. Do. Yep.
Yeah, one of these days you're going to start humming something copyrighted and get us banned.
Only if I hum it for long enough for Google's algorithm to detect it. Because someone actually got a copyright claim because they actually hummed a song for long enough that Google's system section went, we know that song. Also, Sasami-chan did make a comment of, yes, the box was an event. I'm here to amuse you, except when I'm not.
Yes, real life is a thing, and we appreciate you being here when you are able.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. Yawn. Okay, do this. Now I click on this background here. Brain. Texture, paint. That's what we want. We want to turn on that so we can select that. Okay. Actually, that's already painted the right. Oh, that's not already painted the right color. Somehow I. Oof. Okay, good thing I have the undo button. There we go. go back to this and zoom in here. Go over here. Click on this. Click on the color picker and highlight that color.
Okay, speaking of copyright.
Okay. There we go. And go back to object mode, select here. Go back into texture paint, go here. Switch this mode, click here, click there. Okay. Move this over a little bit, rotate that. And zoom out. Zoom in. Go here. And click on that, and then click on that. Let me click there. Okay. Okay. Click on this, go here, click there, like this, pick there.
I am coming up with a renewal and then in June, but I'm not really.
Okay, and I'm turning down the volume a little bit to help with noises in the background. So if I'm a little quiet right now, it'll only be for a little bit.
It was a very frustrating situation. I had to.
Okay, so there we go. I can lean closer to the mic and be more, hello, I'm here. Okay, let's just, got that. That's painted. Okay, let's go back to object mode. Select nothing and just give a quick look. That looks good. Okay. Now let's start adding in some details. Okay. It sounds like I can turn the volume. Okay. The volume's up a little bit. I'm just going to talk here and let's see here. Okay, do. Okay. Now let's see here. Did I? Oh no, that's just a glitch on my screen. Okay, got that. I'm going to rotate it back to take care of. Go that. Okay. Let's see. Do. I'm just gonna mute the microphone for a second here. we're just going to be like, after this, we're probably going to be doing lunch, um, and household stuff. We're probably going to watch more DuckTales after we do the recording for it, for the 2 episodes we just watched. So that's pretty much our deal for today. Um, Also, like household chores, adulting stuff, those really fun things. Okay, gonna unmute. Okay, going to mute the mic again. Okay, I think that looks pretty close to what I would like. So I'm going to move on to the next section to give its outlook. Okay, I got those lines in. Those look like they are good. I'm now going to move on to the ring of the table to get that looking all nice and spiffy. And then I will import this into my exterior art program and get to work on there. At least get the image all inputted into the program and get everything all set up. And we'll probably be wrapping up the stream just a little bit after that. Okay, I'm muting the mic again. Okay, I think I got all the faces I need selected for this, so I'm going to move on to actually painting in the details. Okay, I just figured out how I'm going to do this texture now. So I just need to do some tweaking, and then I can load it into the program and go from there. Okay, going back to that. Okay, I've got that texture pretty much set up. I'm gonna have to do some tweaking on some of the lines, but it's all set up. So now I just need to import it into my art program and start working on tweaking the layout. Yeah, that happens because of cultural shifts. It's really fascinating to look into. Yeah, I'm still here. Just having the microphone mute because some background noise is going on that I'd like to not have you guys hear, so I keep turning off the mic to make sure that doesn't happen. Yeah. I'm just gonna finish up some stuff in the texture, and then I'm going to be finishing up the and then I'm going to be finishing up the stream like usual. So ask me questions, and I will ask. I will bring up topics, and I will talk about them. Just gonna turn off the mic again. I've actually done that thing with the no sound on the episode on the stream as well. It's like I didn't realize till later till I listened to the stream. I was like, oh, I only have this going, not my mic. Whoopsie. Oh, that's cool that you are now streaming somewhere else. That's cool. Radio is kind of fun. Yeah, I know Aria listens to well, she used to listen to your music while she was working on some of her projects, Colors and Flow. Well, Color and Flow. I always had an S. I don't know why. Okay, mic's back on.
Oh my goodness, I was in the other room. I'm pretty sure you could.
I could actually still pick you up.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, it was insurance.
Colors joined the chat. Well, Color and Flow joined the chat.
Hi, Color and Flow. Nice to be seeing you, relatively speaking.
So there we go. I think the volume's back to where it was. So I just kept turning the mic on and off when I wanted to make a chat because I didn't want anything, private to end up on the internet. And he just said, hello. So I'm going to finish up some texture work, then I was going to wrap up the stream. I was hoping you'd be able to join us for the wrap up.
Is it a winter wrap up?
Yeah. I don't know. I can't sing, so I could join in, but it would sound awful. Okay, now. Yes, that's what I was doing. I was going to zoom in and grab this and make sure it's lined up there. There we go. And then I'm going to turn. Brain. Yeah, I can grab this and actually just make it transparent. And then grab my lines and readjust them for this texture. Okay, that looks good. It seems like the chat room has gotten lively.
Well, we brought up the subject of music, and we have someone who puts together, wonderful music streams and remixes and such present in the chat.
Also, we brought up like one of the most famous songs from MLP, so
Yeah.
that can kind of do me in certain situations. And I actually haven't gotten the my device set up for this program yet, so I'm actually using the keyboard again. If you're wondering why the clicking has disappeared, other than I had the mic muted for a little bit. Okay. Grab that one, highlight, and do that. Just drag this over here, because that's where I want that. Click back on that one. Turn that off. I don't think I actually need that many points for this one. Excuse me. I think I might be able. Ooh, whoops.
Not that far.
Yeah, I think I might be able just to do it with 3 points. So, and grab that one so I get a handle. Go here. Go here. A little bit of. Whoop. A little bit of tweaking here. I said a little bit of tweaking. Okay. Now I just grab this one. How's the chat looking, Ember?
Color and Flow has said that we can't ask them to sing because they don't sing.
Ah.
And Weird Al parodies are fun, so that would be totally okay. No pressure, though.
Yeah. Yeah, Daniel Ingram, I think is his name. He definitely had a really nice way of expressing the music in MLP. Okay, that wasn't what I was quite doing, but that was the color I actually wanted. Okay, so that looks good. That looks good. Let's go up here and do a little tweaking on this, and then I will do a test in Blender, and I probably should call the stream there since we're like a half an hour over. Okay. To layers.
Yeah, but if you're having fun and making progress.
I am having fun and I am making progress.
So there you go.
And speaking of there you go, there you go. Okay, hide that. Go here, make sure that's turned off, and make sure I have the right thing selected. Yes, I do. Click. And I can turn that back on. Yay, same color. Okay, now we go over to our line tool, zoom in, and do. Yeah, that's what I was looking for. Okay. And just to do a check on something here. Why is that invisible?
Reasons.
Because it's set to invisible. There we go. We can see it now. Yay!
Yeah. I'm not sure how you would find a VA person. I'm not sure where you search for vocal commissions.
Yeah, we happen to know a couple of independent voice actors, but
I don't think they really do singing.
no. I'm thinking Mrs. K could sing, but
Yeah, but it's usually Kenyon who takes the VA work, and she just kind of gets dragged in.
yeah, wonderful couple. Make the line have a little bit of attitude to it. Let's go back to layers and turn on something to make it easier to see what my line actually looks like. I accidentally pulled the layer panel out of the other panels, and now I think I've just broken everything.
Good job.
How do I rearrange this now? That's not what I wanted. Okay. Yeah, I've broken my layout. I think I need to go back up to the layout feature of this and go, can you, like, put things back for me? Okay, UI, studio present, manage studio presence. Well, I think that's an oops. I don't think there's actually a default layout button I can just hit to get things back to the way they were. Ah. Okay.
Or then again, there is.
Yep, but I don't need that, and I don't need this, so I can get rid of those, and boom! Things are back to the way they should be.
Yeah. Color and flow, maybe you should get some typing gloves. And are you asking what Lux and I are working on right now, or what everyone is working on right now?
Or just projects in general, because I think I did mention that you listen to his music sometimes while you're working on a project.
Ah, yes, when I'm working on doing a diamond drill craft painting.
Didn't want to do that. Clicky. There we go.
Yeah, I'm currently working on the most complicated kit I've ever ordered. So you've seen me post some of my diamond drills in the Pony Discord. I also have some up on Coffee. So I'm working on a big 35 color one right now that is a full drill with square drills of a warped sunflower design.
Okay.
And Lux is working on this, plus editing podcasts that we've already recorded for what our usual channel content is, along with some art cleanup for the book covers for Ember's reading room, and drawing stuff to go with the podcasts.
Okay. There we go. Now to do some tweaking to make the lines a little bit more unique from each other, because I can just stretch the lines, and since that also edits what the line width appears to be, I can do that. I can also actually highlight, turn on, boom. Dink, dink, dink. Okay, that's looking pretty good. Now I can go back to layers and click on this rectangle. Okay. Click on all the curves I want. Drop them into this rectangle. Turn it back on. And there we go.
Could be hereditary. There's still a lot about memory and brain activity that science hasn't figured out. Also, Sasami-chan, you've mentioned your fan fiction before. I think we need to catch up and get everything posted for all the physical books we have in possession before we start on fan fiction.
Yeah, he sent me links to all of them before. I mentioned those to you. I just haven't had a chance to sit down and read them. Well, a planned chance, I should say, to sit down and read them. So I'm gonna cancel. Let's file save as. Go down here and green table. That's a good name for it. Save that, and now we want to go export. Oh, also I want to save the history with this file. And export. Excuse me, ping's correct. Hit that. Save it as green table. Save over. Then we can go into Blender and go to, let's see, image reload, and that loads everything in. The colors are going to be slightly different right now because I still have a mask on, but I just wanted to see how the textures looked with updated lines. That looks pretty good. Looks like I'm going to do some tweaking with this line right here. Okay, because this could go down deeper too. Okay. Okay, let's see here. Okay. Let's tweak some lines. It looks like more like that actually curves up and over. So I'm going to go and do that real quick here. Okay, so this actually goes up. Like that. Let's go back over to Blender to give a quick look. It's up and then around. Back to here. And I can actually pull this. Whoops! Pull that down, and then I think it's more like
And
this.
Answer your question, Color and Flow. The most recent ones I listened to was the Royal EP and the Nightmares of the Sun and Moon.
Okay. looks about right for that, I think. Go back to here. Actually, it's more of a diagonal, so this is actually going down. Let's put this down here. And then hit save and export, save over, Blender, and image, reload. Yeah, how does that look? Does that feel more like the center line there?
Without being an exact copy.
Yeah, not really trying for an exact copy, but trying to get as close as comfortably possible. How's the chat room going, by the way?
Very, very fast.
Yeah.
I think I missed a section of some of Sasami-chan's comments, and I caught back up when he was saying he hoped he wasn't too negative, and no, you're not. And I could understand Color and Flow not wanting to re-listen to stuff. It's why I don't help Lux with audio editing. I can't really stand to listen to the rough audio after we've already recorded it, especially the re-listening that needs to be done to edit out all the little oopses and extra mouth noises.
Though I don't do the mouth noises as much as I used to. God, I was really picky about those.
You were like super excessive.
I'm much better now. It's like, you were dead. I got better. Okay, how does that look?
Looks good.
Okay, this line could be a little lower and more stretched out, and I think this could actually go down a little bit more overall, so I'm going to tweak that.
It could. You could also have that be a little less of an acute angle.
This one right here?
Yeah.
And I think all of that could actually move down a smidge. Bring this actually back up a little here. Like that. This one goes further this way and further down.
Yeah, because Mostly Dead is still partially alive.
I'm guessing that's from the chat room. Because right now I'm like really focused on this, so I keep forgetting to glance back at the chat room, and it's going so fast that I'm not really keeping up with the conversation. Glad you guys are having fun. I'm glad when the chat room gets like this, because the more you chat, the higher the interaction rating goes up on this particular episode. Okay, let's see here. That looks good. That looks good. I think I'm actually gonna have to bring this down a little bit more to tweak a little bit, because I know these lines are close in the reference image. So save, export. Back over to Blender. Is there a shortcut to reload? Yes, there is. It's Alt-R. I think the lines can actually be a slightly bit thicker too. But that feels closer. What do you think? I think it could be a little bit more of a curve here, but
I think it's good. And like you said, it doesn't have to be spot on. You get it too close, people are gonna go, wait a minute, you just copy pasted that.
Okay. So I'm just going to make the lines a little bit thicker, then I will move on to this side of the table, because I think these are perfectly fine the way they are. They look right. I'm missing one. I'm probably going to have to slide some over to be able to see this line, because I only have these two lines and they're too close to the edge. right now. So I'm going to thicken these and then move on to that side. Please let me know when we should actually wrap things up. Because I am time blind. Okay. That button. And let's go to stroke. And we'll set this to 25. I think that feels about right. Save. Okay. Get this down here. And pop over to Blender real quick to... Okay, so this line is kind of a wavy here, and that one's just straight across right now. Okay. Ow. Background noise. Okay, that's going more like straight up. So I'm gonna bring that over here. Gonna move this over here. Save.
Is that someone's backup notification on their vehicle, or is that someone's alarm?
That is a backup notification. Be careful, I am backing up. I have a wide load.
It sounds very similar to the way our fire alarms sound.
Yeah. Not so fun. I just had one of those moments where, like, I was going to go back to something. What was it? Oh, yes, Blender. Oh, wow. Kind of nailed it the first time. What do you think? I think the bottom part here could be a little straighter, but that's pretty close. Excuse me. I think that's what we're looking for. Yeah. Back to Blender. Yeah, that looks good. Okay. Can't really see this line. You can kind of barely see it behind the nail. So I think that line's okay. This bottom one just needs to be a little bit more shallow and more curved. So grab this, pull that down there, pull this down here, grab that, do this, do that, save, export, export, save. Okay, go back to Blender and actually hit the save button in Blender. You know, that's important. Not like I've had Blender crash in the stream before. Okay, that could actually be stretched out a little bit. My fanfiction is through music only. I like that statement. It's kind of like the statement gender unbound. I like that title. Uh, let's see, got that. I think I just exported it, so let's go back over to Blender and see if I did. Yes, I did, and that looks much better. Okay. So it's almost one.
Yeah, so maybe find a stopping place. It looks like you've made some pretty good progress while I was dealing with the insurance company.
Yes, I did. So I think it's time to wrap up the stream. Thank you all for joining, and thank you for coming in as late as you did. And I'm glad we could hang out some color and flow. Thank you for being here all stream Sasami-chan, and before the stream even started. That's always awesome.
Yeah, so everyone remember to check out everyone else's social media. Sasami-chan has stuff up on DeviantArt. Color and Flow is on YouTube. We obviously are on YouTube. I have a supporter account on Coffee if you guys want to see more of my diamond drill stuff. Years that you have not once slipped up, and today, I'm just gonna point it out to everyone, he used my RL name.
Yeah. Nice thing is I can actually edit it out after the stream, because you can go in and edit things in the stream later. But yes, links.
Lux, you're not allowed to talk anymore.
Ember. Ember and her stuff she just mentioned. Got my stuff, the videos, links, all the usual stuff.
Yeah, you guys throw your links in chat.
I don't know if they can. So just type your handles that might be used in other places. That'll make it really easy to look for. And wow, that was bad of me. Moving on. Thank you all for joining us. Thank you for everyone in the future. And I got some editing to do after this. Thank you all again, and you all have a wonderful day, evening, afternoon, wherever you are. Bye!